Southwest Florida's #1 primetime newscast. Fox 4 News at 10.
It's scary. A lot of little kids running around here, and it happens right here in front of your yard. It's pretty scary.
Now at 10, kidnapped in broad daylight. A teenage girl taken from her Fort Myers neighborhood and held by her captive for hours. What the investigation is revealing while neighbors remain on edge. Manhunt over a fourth suspect of a home invasion crime ring behind bars in Southwest Florida. The charges he's now facing. And dollars worth of danger. The search is on for an armed robber roaming free in Southwest Florida. The clues to track him down. But first, 4 in your corner following breaking news in Arcadia as a deadly crash has caused a roadblock at the intersection of State Road 70 and 31. Troopers say it happened shortly after 8:30 this evening. No word on what caused that crash. We're working to gather more information, so stay with Fox 4 for any updates. In the meantime, you're urged to avoid that area if possible. Now to our top story tonight. Abducted in broad daylight. A massive search this afternoon after a girl is kidnapped near her Fort Myers home. The county deputies say she was walking around 1 this afternoon in the Billies Creek area near Ortiz Avenue when someone approached her in a vehicle and took her to a nearby apartment complex. Tonight, 4 in your corner's Chris Day has the latest details on the ongoing investigation and reaction from parents living nearby.
That's right, Kelly. Now, not all child abductions find conclusions like this. Lee County Sheriff's deputies responded quickly, bringing the whole thing to an end in less than just 2 hours. Still, neighbors I spoke with say they're watching their kids a little more closely tonight. Maria Martinez and her family live in this neighborhood off Ortiz and Billies Creek Drive. She says things are usually pretty quiet until early Sunday afternoon.
Of course, it's scary. I mean, stuff happens like this mostly every day, but you never see it when it's right here in front of your yard.
Lee County Sheriff deputies tell Fox 4 at about 1 p.m. they got a call that a teenage girl was kidnapped from the Tice neighborhood. The young girl was visiting a friend's house and someone grabbed her as she walked along the sidewalk.
It's scary. A lot of little kids running around here, and it happens right here in front of your yard. It's pretty scary.
Deputies quickly responded to the area, interviewing neighbors and witnesses, trying to find out what happened. They were told the girl was taken away in a car. Martinez wonders if she'd seen the kidnapper before.
I've seen the man a couple of times, but I've never met him.
By 3 p.m., deputies had found the teen at an apartment complex just a few miles away. Crime scene tape covered this complex near Alderman and Palm Beach Boulevard, just 2 miles away. Deputies have yet to confirm if this is where the girl ended up. 5 men were detained in connection to the kidnapping. 4 of the 5 have since been released, 1 still in custody. Maria saying she's now going to be a little more careful with her kids.
They're going to come outside, of course. You can't stop them. They're kids. But, of course, I'll be out here to watch them.
No word yet on the identity of the man responsible for the kidnapping, but deputies say he is still in custody. Now, the girl and her parents reunited, the girl being only 14 years old. They took her to the hospital to get it checked out. Live in the studio, Chris Day, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, Chris, thank you. Meanwhile, new details tonight in the case of a Southwest Florida child who was reported missing this weekend. Authorities believe they found her body near a causeway in the Tampa area. 9-year-old Felicia Williams went missing Friday in Clearwater after a family friend picked her up from her mother's house. Officers say the child went missing while the woman took a shower. Family members say the news is heartbreaking.
I just cried because when I seen the police, I knew. And she was an angel when she was alive.
Temple Terrace police say there are no signs of foul play. Fishermen say they found a female body washed ashore near the Courtney Campbell Causeway. An autopsy is now underway to determine if in fact it is Felicia Williams. The 4th suspect believed to be involved in a string of violent home invasions across the state, including Southwest Florida, making his first court appearance today. This after the Home Invasion Task Force arrested him yesterday afternoon at a home in Immokalee. A judge ordering 48-year-old Henry Contreras to be held in Collier County Jail without bond until he's extradited back to Central Florida. He's charged with home invasion, robbery with a gun, 2 counts of kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit a home invasion in that area. His alleged accomplices, Frank Bauer, Andres Perez, and Jonathan Contreras, were caught trying to break into an Orange County mansion last Monday. All 4 men allegedly make up a crime ring responsible for several break-ins around the state, Collier County included. Deputies believe the men robbed at least 5 homes there since April. The task force will continue to work with local agencies as the investigation moves forward. Tonight, Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers need your help finding the robber who held up a store in Lehigh Acres 2 weeks ago. Detectives say it happened at the Dollar General on Gretchen Avenue just before 11:30 at night on May 4th. Take a close look at these surveillance photos. Detectives say the masked gunman approached the cashier and demanded money. The robber then quickly ran off with the cash. He's described as about 6 foot with dreads, last seen carrying a red bag. Anyone with information on this robbery is asked to call Crime Stoppers 1-800-780-TIPS. We're going to shift to weather tonight as it turned out to be a gorgeous Sunday here in Southwest Florida, especially in Naples. We've got a Zoom Tan time lapse coming up here. Storm Patrol's Liza Fernandez joins us now. And Liza, as we've been talking before, these temperatures just don't exist in May.
Well, the temperatures might, but the dry air certainly is a rarity, and a beautiful day with the Gulf waters lapping up against the shore there in Naples for our La Playa Golf and Resort camera. And you better lap up this beautiful weather because, again, quite a rarity around Southwest Florida this time of the year. Let's check out those wind speeds. They've come down quite a bit. We've seen sustained winds today at about 25 miles an hour, gusting to near 35. So this is not bad at all out of the northeast. They are persisting, and tonight lows will be in the mid-60s for most, a couple of degrees warmer than last night with clear skies and those light northeasterly winds. Here's a look at those temperatures. Not bad, low in mid-70s across Southwest Florida. And I did want to show you how skies were clear across the area, but really not much to see. No clouds out there. So here's a look at those weather headlines. The dry weather continues, so dry in fact and so gusty that a fire weather watch is in effect. Wouldn't be surprised if that is turned into an actual red flag warning. But the humidity, of course, will be back. I'll let you know when during my full weather update.
And anytime you are out and about in the gorgeous weather, we want to see it. Snap a picture, get some video, and we'd also love to share it with others. You can always send it to stormpatrol@fox4now.com. Today marks the beginning of National Safe Boating Week, and local marine law enforcement is wasting little time spreading the message to boat smart from the start. The Fort Myers Beach Coast Guard welcoming the public to tour its station and pick up some tips about how to stay safe out there on the water. 4 in Your Corner's Sarah Bell Soul got an up-close look inside their vessels and brings us the story.
Whether it's the Coast Guard cutter, Marlin, or this 45-foot rapid response boat, the U.S. Coast Guard has Southwest Florida waters covered. And today they're sharing their message with the public.
Our slogan for here is now boat smart from the start.
And what better way to promote that than to let everyone climb aboard their vessels and even hop in the driver's seat.
This is what makes the boat go right here. And this is how you turn it.
Covering 150 nautical miles of the Gulf from Port Charlotte to Everglades City, most of the Coast Guard's interaction with the public revolves around boarding checks and high-stress search and rescue missions. So events like these are extremely important.
It lets their guard down a little bit, and it lets our guard down a little bit, and it lets us interact more easily with the public, our community.
With people like Jason MacArthur and his family, who got to see law enforcement in a whole new light.
It's fun seeing all the navigations and how it interacts with everything and the stuff that they have to go through to do everything.
And after giving them a glimpse of what life is like on the vessels, officers are able to stress the importance of boating smart from the start.
Before you get underway, we'd like you to go over your vessel. Make sure that you have your life jackets, your flares if you're going offshore, your fire extinguishers are good to go.
The Lee County Sheriff's Office and local fire and EMS stations also took part in the event. They say serving the public on the water is truly a team effort. Sarah Belsel, Fox 4 in your corner.
According to the Coast Guard boating statistics, about 80% of all reported boating deaths occur when the operator hasn't received proper safety training. A heads up for Southwest Florida drivers. Officers will be out in full force starting tomorrow. Lee County deputies teaming up with law enforcement across the state as part of the 2014 National Click It or Ticket campaign. It's going to run through next Sunday. The initiative is geared toward encouraging motorists to buckle up to reduce injuries and deaths. According to the Department of Transportation, seatbelts saved nearly 63,000 lives from 2008 through 2012. We're in your corner working on another special report for you, the secret world of undercover sex detectives. When drugs, diseases, and danger is all a part of your everyday job, how do officers posing as Johns or prostitutes keep their line of work from bleeding into their personal life? We go one-on-one with an undercover officer who spends every day in bars, strip clubs, and the streets. He says the world of prostitution is darker than you can even imagine.
They have open sores from the drugs they're taking. They have, STDs. They've got hepatitis, AIDS, tuberculosis. These girls are a mess.
We are finding out how obtaining a whole new identity affected his mental state and what happens when things get physical between him and a prostitute, including the one night that almost ended his marriage. Join us for a Fox 4 special report on cops and prostitutes tomorrow night at 10. The fight for same-sex marriage making a big anniversary tonight. As supporters celebrate the positive progress. This week also brings with it some bad news. Plus, an EMT with moves. Not only is he transporting patients, but he's transforming his ambulance into a dance club. Why he's now left defending his dancing. But first, a teacher attacked by a student. Why the cell phone struggle ended with the elderly teacher on the ground. Next.
Clear skies across southwest Florida, plenty of sunshine to end out your weekend, and we'll see some of that good weather into the work week as well, but it will be coming to an end. I'll let you know when, also after the break.